Well, as we have been giving you information about the encounter that is going on currently in Jammu and Kashmir, and especially the day 5th of the encounter, we are reporting that fresh firing has now erupted near the hideout spot in Kokernag in Anantnag. Remember, there is a big face-off that is currently happening between the armed forces and terrorists there in Jammu and Kashmir, and it has been continuing for more than 100 hours now. This is the day 5th of the continuous encounters happening there in Anantnag, and right now what we are receiving, the big breaking news of this bulletin is that fresh firing has now erupted near the hideout spot in Kokernag in Anantnag. To give us more details about what exactly is happening there, I have CNN News 18's Ishan Wani joining me on the phone line. Ishan, a very good morning to you. Could you give us all the details about this fresh round of firing that has now erupted in Kokernag?
Good morning. It seems like fire has erupted near that particular hideout. We can see smoke blowing right now out of that particular hideout, where forces had detected some movement of these militants, and I believe that militant is still hiding there, and that's why we are seeing a massive smoke now coming out of this area. It seems like fire has, fire has started in that area, which essentially establishes two things. One is that if there are militants hiding there, they can burn to death, and second is that the smoke that is blowing will make them come out, and that is when forces have chances of actually firing at them and neutralizing them. So this also establishes the fact that this could be the final day of this particular encounter, which is now going on for more than 100 hours, because the day 5 of the encounter, forces are completely surrounding this village, where entry and exit points have been sealed, and they are in the area to make sure that none of them escape. A wider cordon has been laid, as we saw from day 3 onwards. A wider cordon was laid, and the forces were kept in the area to make sure that the entire mountain ridge is completely dotted by the forces, so that their escape can be stopped. This fire is right now blowing, and smoke is coming out from that particular area, and the drones were also seen monitoring that particular location. Forces are trying to make sure that they detect every movement by the use of technology. We saw yesterday that Devendra Upedri, who's the Northern Army commander, visited the spot and also took stock of the situation. He also saw the hexacopters and also other equipment that is being used to keep a surveillance, and also to see that the operations status of operation. Now it looks like the final hours of the operation have been entered, and in some hours we might hear some news from the forces. But yes, it can take more time for forces to clear this, as they have to check the entire hideout, they have to clear it, and then we have to see that what transpires in the next coming hours.
Well, Ishan, since we are talking about the hideouts, you also mentioned that it might become very difficult due to the dense forest. We have drones at place to get us all the latest details about that as well, from the armed forces as well. But what I want to ask you is that, do we know anything about the involvement of any of the local in this entire incident?
Oh, well, there is no such report, but yes, there's a Kokernag native, where this is the area, a large area where the encounter is going on. The forces say that Uzair Khan, a local of Kokernag, is part of that particular, group that is hiding there in the forest. So he would know ins and outs of this place. And when the encounter started on Wednesday, on the very next day, forces had tweeted saying that Uzair Khan along with others are trapped in that particular area, and the forces have encircled this entire area. That is why they were aware about the terrain. That's why they were aware about the mountains. But one has to see that how many are trapped inside, and are they still trapped inside? But yes, the movement has been detected by the drone cameras, and forces are trying to fire at that particular location to neutralize them as soon as possible. This is a very difficult operation, given the fact that the nature of terrain that is there, the mountains are rugged, the stones are there, and then yesterday we saw a brief shower also taking place. It would have made it difficult for the forces to carry on this operation. But yes, nature is on the side of forces, that it seems like the operation will be concluded today, because there are certain number of days that have since then the operation is going on. It's the day 5, and one has to see that will it be today that the forces manage to end this encounter.
Well, Ishan, thank you so much for bringing us all the developments about that massive anti-terror operation that are being conducted in the Jammu and Kashmir. We'll come back to you for more such details.